All good, awesome.
जब मैंने इंडिया मार्केट को स्टडी किया, मैंने रियलाइज़ किया कि इंडिया इज़ अ लेजेंड सोने की चिड़िया। इंडिया में बहुत पैसा है। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि लोगों को बाहर जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है।
A very warm welcome to the Leaders of Tomorrow podcast, your go-to series for unfiltered conversations with entrepreneurs who are shaping the future of business. I'm Ritvika Gupta, and today we are diving into the world of home and decor, where sustainability is cool, handmade is aspirational, and every corner is designed to be Instagram-worthy. And a brand that's totally nailing this is Elementary, blending Indian craftsmanship with modern design. Well, joining me to spill the story behind it all is Ayush Baid, founder of Elementary. Ayush, welcome to the Leaders of Tomorrow podcast. It's a pleasure to be chatting with you today.
Thank you, Ritvika. Thank you for having me here.
So let's start from the very beginning. I understand you grew up in Jaipur, studied in London. Talk to us about maybe, one or two key moments or experiences, that sort of shaped the way you are today.
So essentially, I've grown up in Jaipur, did my schooling from Jaipur. My family business has been into white labeling and manufacturing of home and lifestyle products since last 35 years. We have been supplying to more than 120 countries and to all the globally renowned brands like Zara Home, Ralph Lauren Home, H&M Home, Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel, Anthropologie, Target, Tesco, Sainsbury's, etc. All the home brands that we have been supplying to them. And in Jaipur, we have got 13-14 factories, each one dedicated to each material. We have got materials like terracotta, ceramic, galvanized iron, paper mache. We have got an upholstery unit. We have got a wooden furniture unit. So essentially, I have grown up seeing the magnum opus of Indian culture and its crafts. And this exposure has really shaped how I thought early on, how I went about things early on. Then later, I went to University College London for my undergrad, where I was studying management science, BSc. So one summer, while analyzing my father's export data, while playing around with my father's export data, I mapped it with the Indian market. And I realized that there is an untapped opportunity in terms of elevated kitchenware and dinnerware that are being supplied here in the Indian market. The existing, largely unorganized players paid very little attention to safety and design. That's when I thought that probably this is the niche that we should target because there's a vacuum there. And जब मैंने इंडिया मार्केट को स्टडी किया, मैंने रियलाइज़ किया कि इंडिया इज़ अ लेजेंड सोने की चिड़िया if we are able to tap it correctly. And इंडिया में बहुत पैसा है। मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि लोगों को बाहर जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। You just have to be at the right place at the right time, and I think we can build here in India. So that's about my journey.
Absolutely. So was entrepreneurship, joining the family business always on the cards, or did it just happen by, choice and chance?
I think I would say joining the family business was a natural path for me. But I always wanted to do something different. I actually wanted to explore the B2C market. All this while we had been catering to the B2B market. My father had been catering to the B2B market. And I wanted to explore the B2C market. Though I know the nuances of B2C market are extremely different and things happen differently here. But then I took this as a challenge, and then I played on top of my father's manufacturing strength. I played on top of my family's manufacturing strength, and I said कि rather than reinventing the wheel, I would create something out of it so that the manufacturing muscle becomes a stepping stone.
All right, so take us back to that moment, when you first conceptualized Elementary. Like, what made you think that, okay, I want to reimagine Indian handicrafts for my consumers?
The idea of Elementary was very simple but powerful. Indian crafts, I wanted Indian crafts to be available in every Indian households, not just as decor pieces, but as products of utility.
Right.
That meet the global standards of design, safety, and usability. So I'll tell you actually, Ritvika, that when I dig deeper into this manufacturing muscle strength, I realized that we have to do this.
Yeah.
And that is why Elementary actually became the first Indian brand which came directly from a manufacturer to the customer.
Sure.
And because of this supply chain, we have had multiple advantages in my journey. I'll tell you some of the advantages. First of all, since we have a team of 60 international designers, 60 international plus national designers, we've got designers from America, Britain, Holland, Germany, France, Philippines. I think because of this design team, we are able to create 50 to 60 new designs every second month, which is extremely crucial in this niche. In this niche, I personally feel that freshness is the key. And because of this team, we are able to do that. We have very minimal dead inventory because we produce only that much which is required.
Right.
Plus, the most important thing I would say is, like the other players in this niche require at least 120 to 130 days from the idea of execution, from the ideation day till the time it is finally executed. Whereas Elementary just needs 30 to 40 days.
Right.
So that speed, actually that control and agility in terms of designing, manufacturing and supply chain helps Elementary to scale, will help Elementary to scale in the future without compromising on the quality. So I think these are the advantages which we have had.
So speaking of the home decor space, right, I think we are at an exciting time. I think especially when we compare to say 5, 7 or maybe 10 years ago, sustainability is cool and handicrafts are aspirational. But I want to know from you, what opportunities do you see for the brand in this space?
Nowadays, people are getting extremely exposed.
Yeah.
And they have started asking the right questions. Questions like, how we live, what are the things that we bring inside our homes, what are the stories behind these things that we are getting into our houses.
How can I make my home more Instagrammable, perhaps?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And on an everyday basis, people are asking us questions like, are the products that we're using food safe? Are they sustainable? Who are the people? Who are the people and art forms behind these products? So I think at Elementary, this is what excites us, to be able to answer to the customer so that they're able to connect with us, resonate with us. This is what we do on a day-to-day basis. We actually work with various materials. We work with materials like terracotta, we have got paper mache, we make products made out of cow waste, which are extremely deep-rooted to Indian culture.
Sure.
So I think at Elementary, we are also deeply committed to revive the Indian art forms and also support the Indian artisans. So that is what we do on a day-to-day basis.
All right. And tell me, what is the biggest myth about handcrafted products?
Are these products fragile? Are these products expensive? Are these everyday products? Can we use them every day? What if our maids or home help drop them and they break? So at Elementary, we try to break these myths on a day-to-day basis because we try to create products which are sustainable, of course, but which are built to last. We create products which are tested for food safety. For us, sustainability means crafted, personalized, and handmade probably.
Right. And of course, Elementary is, the brand is rooted in Jaipur. It's got its roots in Jaipur. Tell me how much of Jaipur's culture, heritage is part of the brand's DNA?
Jaipur has been a culturally rich city since ever. I think history and creativity are always in conversation. I would tell you that in and around Jaipur, there are so many art forms which happen on a day-to-day basis. For example, you've got art forms like metal cladding, you've got art forms like tie and dye, we've got shibori artwork, and so on and so forth. So we at Elementary try to put utility into these art forms and try to create a product out of it.
So tell me, if someone is setting up their elementary home, if I may call that, what are the 3 essential products or must-have products would you recommend?
First of all, a terracotta bottle. Terracotta bottle for us is nothing but a mitti ka ghada. Terracotta bottle for me is super cool because it has the cooling effect. The form is extremely beautiful, and I would say again it's extremely deep rooted to Indian culture. The second product which I would like to recommend is actually a store and a serve jar. So what this product is, that at the bottom half we have got a storage jar, and on top of it we have got a tray. So it's a very problem solving product. Like if we are hosting people or if your friends over for a dinner or a drink, you can store something at the bottom half and put in order to offer it to your friends on the top tray, which is a tray sort of thing. So वो मेरा personal favorite है, and वो दिवाली पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा gift होता है. And third I would like to say actually any product which is made out of paper mache, because paper mache, I'll tell you an interesting story. In and around of Jaipur, there were only 28 or 30 families which were doing paper mache as an art form. But because of Elementary, we have been able to provide them a substantial livelihood to that level कि अब उनकी younger generations भी बोल रही है कि हमको भी ये art form करना है, नहीं तो वो diminish हो रहा था. So I think we take pride in that, and अब आप आओगे तो there are more than 50-60 families who are already doing it, and more people are getting to it.
So Ayush, you mentioned that you chose to go the D2C route, right? Tell me, why did you pick that approach? Because from my understanding, handcraft products, they are very niche, right? So why not B2B or a B2C product, approach for that matter?
I was always keen on a D2C approach. In this D2C approach, we have both online and offline. So first of all, we had begun as an online website, e-commerce website, but due to the overwhelming response that we were getting in the second year itself, we decided to pivot into physical brick and mortar stores. The reason why we did that was because our TG, which is primarily women, they love to touch and feel the product. Once they touch and feel the product, they become more confident. They become super confident. So I think we took a call that we'll go omni-channel, and we've had e-commerce website, we have had brick and mortar stores now, and अब तो quick commerce आ गया. Everyone knows about quick commerce. मुझे लगता है कि Elementary is a perfect fit for quick commerce because since Elementary is a home and a gifting brand, and in India, 90% of the gifting happens at the last moment.
Yes.
So that's where quick commerce for us is a perfect sync. And we try to bring in as many gifting solutions as we can.
So that's very interesting. You said that, you pivoted your approach, right? So tell me, how do you balance your online and offline strategies? Like, where is the traction most at this point?
So I would say it is 60-40. 60 towards online, 40 towards offline. Offline, I'll tell you the main differences between the two. The average order value is, of course, less in the online channels. But online helps us to create brand visibility. That's when they started coming into our stores. And वहाँ पे touch and feel बहुत important aspect होता है. Like for example, my masi, my mamasa, my nani, they would want to first touch and feel the product. And अभी भी कुछ customer है ऐसा जो tech savvy नहीं है, तो उनके लिए retail touch points काफ़ी important हो जाता है.
Right. Tell me, when you were branching out, when you were setting up Elementary on your own as a young entrepreneur, what were the initial challenges that you faced?
Challenges for an entrepreneur in entrepreneur's journey are a day-to-day thing.
Yeah.
But मुझे सबसे बड़ा challenge जो था, since I was operating from the same office as my dad's office, I think the people there had a very B2B mentality. उधर उनके पास एक एक ऑर्डर इतना बड़ा होता है कि उनको बहुत मज़ा आता है वो करने में. एंड वेराज B2C में ऑर्डर वैल्यू 100 रुपीज़ भी हो सकती है, 400 भी हो सकती है, 500 भी हो सकता है. सो वेरी अर्ली इन माई जर्नी आई रियलाइज दैट आई हैव टू क्रिएट अ डिफरेंट टीम. I have to get younger, fresher legs. People who have been there, done that, would also be required. मुझे थोड़े experienced लोग भी चाहिए, but mostly मुझे fresher legs चाहिए, which come with a younger thought process, who are now तो who know what is AI, who know कि हमें कैसे चीज़ें करनी है. So I think that was the biggest challenge which I had. मतलब make people understand that what is that I'm really wanting to do. So I think the difference in team, the mentality was definitely there.
And what about convincing your father, when you first pitched the idea of elementary to your dad, like what was his reaction like?
I think I've been very fortunate enough. Of course, he told me that this is going to be a different journey, but fortunately he was very receptive and very supportive. लेकिन उन्होंने मुझे day one पे बोल दिया था that brand building is a journey.
Right.
It's a journey, and you will have challenges. You will have to not only put in the hard work or consistency, but you will have to step out of your comfort zone every now and then. जो मुझे अभी भी लगता है, अभी भी after 5-6 years of doing it, after it has become a national brand, मुझे अभी भी ऐसा लगता है that there are days when I'm questioning myself. There are days when I'm questioning the team. But I think अगर उनका सपोर्ट नहीं होता एंड मुझे भी सब वही बोलते कि आप भी वही करो जो आप एक्सपेक्टेड हो करने के, तो मुझे लगता है this beautiful brand wouldn't have come into existence.
Wonderful. Any piece of advice that he gave you, before you started out?
Multiple advices.
Anything that stayed with you till today?
So when I was building this team, he had told me कि you should always hire people who are smarter than you. If you have a team which is smarter than you, I think your scaling process would become much easier. One thing that I've learned, and one thing that I'd like to tell to the young founders as well, which is very relevant for my journey as well, is that you need to try fast. Even if you fail fast, you need to pivot fast. So try fast, fail fast, but learn fast. ये आपको करता रहना पड़ेगा. ऐसा कभी नहीं होएगा कि आप एक चीज़ जो करो वो सक्सेसफुल हो जाएगा. It's an ongoing journey.
It's very interesting you said that, because on our TV show as well, we speak to a lot of MSMEs and they come from family businesses, and often they stick to the family business to build on the legacy, but you have actually kind of added your flavor. You have reimagined the business in a very different way. Tell me, how are you balancing tradition with your modern entrepreneurial thinking?
I would say there are a lot of things which we learn from our traditional approach or our traditions, which are extremely deep rooted in us as young entrepreneurs. I think the experience which comes with tradition, or which comes with, I would say, the resources which have been there since ages, I think is extremely important. I think वो वाला जो experience होता है, if that is amalgamated with the modern young approach, I think that is what needs to be there. That is what would take you over the line. I think दोनों चीज़ें ज़रूरी होता है. मेरे हिसाब से कभी ऐसा नहीं होता है कि या तो ये है या ये है. दोनों बहुत important है.
Absolutely. So, Ayush, we also share a connection. You won the Leaders of Tomorrow Season 11 awards in the Home and Decor category. And you also received backing from BCCL in your initial years. Of course, you got a funding, from She Capital. So, I want to know that bit of your journey as well. What do you think made your pitch stand out?
So, first of all, I have been fortunate enough to have found the investors which believed in my long-term vision for this brand, and who believed that this category is going to be huge one day. Mm-hmm. What clicked in my pitch was that they know that with Elementary, I'm trying to create a brand which is recognized globally, which is loved globally, but is from India, but is from the Indian roots, Indian culture. So yeah, actually एक मेक इन इंडिया ब्रांड है जो ग्लोबल जा रहा है एंड जो ग्लोबल जाएगा. And I think I have had this vision since day one, and probably this is what might have attracted my investors and what might attract my future investors.
Are you already in other markets as well apart from India?
Absolutely, absolutely. We are there in the US. So in US, there's this marketplace called Wayfair.com, which is like the biggest marketplace for home decor in the US. They have made Elementary as one of its preferred partners. We are very soon going live on Target US, which is a very big thing.
Yeah.
We are already there on Amazon US. So we are targeting US e-commerce platforms because we see a lot of potential there. And now we are live on Noon.com in the Middle East. We are there on Amazon Saudi, Centerpoint.com, HomeCenter.com in the Middle East. And apart from this, we have been supplying our products to high-end boutique stores, mom and pop stores across Saudi, Australia, Singapore, Netherlands. So yeah, we have been doing that.
That's
and
very
we have been
interesting.
enjoying.
Yeah.
But what is the most important thing here is that since we have had the data of what works where in which region, like I exactly know what works in the US at what price point. What are the designs that might work there? क्योंकि हमारे पास manufacturing muscle का experience है, data है, तो we are able to curate designs specifically for that market.
You know, this is exactly what I want to ask you as well next. You know, if you had to like put together a playbook for the entrepreneurs, you know, who are watching this episode today in terms of if they want to take their products global, what are the key things they need to keep in mind?
The most important thing is the product acceptability. Product acceptability के लिए multiple factors हैं कि जिस region में आप जा रहे हो वहाँ पे क्या price point चलता है, क्या material चलता है. Like in my case, do people want decor products more or do they want utility based products more? So there are a lot of permutations and combinations which work. But the most important thing I would say is figuring out the product acceptability. Sure. Keep trying, and then you learn the nuances of how people shop in that particular region. वो तो सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. बाकी सारी चीज़ें वेबसाइट बनाना, बैंक अकाउंट खोलना, वेयर हाउस लेना, जो भी काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं, 3PL लॉजिस्टिक्स लेना, वो सब करना, वो भी काफ़ी इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं, वो सब हो जाता है. Those are secondary things, but the most important thing is this.
All right. You know, a lot of the entrepreneurs, you know, who watch our show and whom I speak to as well on my show as well, you know, they struggle to get funding. I want to know from you, what has your journey been like, you know, and what sort of advice would you give to entrepreneurs, you know, in terms of at what stage of their journey should they perhaps, you know, approach a VC, perhaps, you know, approach getting a grant, maybe go for a bank loan, you know, what should they actually prioritize and at what stage?
And मैं आपको एक बात बता दूँ, मुझे भी इनिशियली 10-12 इन्वेस्टर्स ने रिजेक्ट किया था बिफोर आई गॉट माई फर्स्ट फंडिंग. सो इट्स नॉट सो ईजी. मतलब इतना आसान नहीं होता है. मतलब डिस्पाइट ऑफ एवरीथिंग दैट आई हैव हैड, डिस्पाइट ऑफ all the opportunities that might have been there before Elementary, but it's a journey. And आप investors को बताएं कि क्यों आप अलग हैं and आप कैसे scale करेंगे. And then just keep trying. But you should be very clear in order to get funding कि आपका यूनिट इकोनॉमिक्स क्या है, आप कितने स्केलेबल हो, आपका प्रोडक्ट डिफरेंशिएटर क्या है, आप क्या वो कर रहे हो जो दूसरे लोग नहीं कर रहे हैं. So I think all of these factors play an important role.
Tell me, Ayush, how do you view technology? You know, how is technology changing things in the decor space?
Technology is ever evolving, and not only home decor space. Technology is required everywhere. And I would say कि the people who aren't using technology, उनके competitors वो कर रहे हैं, and वो शायद आगे बढ़ जाएंगे अगर हम technology नहीं use करेंगे. I think we personally use AI not only for photography, editing, content writing, but in terms of demand forecasting as well. कि कौन सा SKU कितना रिक्वायर्ड है, कौन से चैनल्स पे रिक्वायर्ड है, एंड we use AI to map our retail stores, how much SKUs should be displayed at a given point. Should we play deep in terms of number of SKUs, or should we play wide in terms of number of SKUs? And I think AI तो अब हर जगह है, मतलब not only in warehousing but in HR management. I think that is immense. वो सबको करना चाहिए. And I think how you're digitally marketing yourself on, I think gone are the days when people used to market themselves on Google, Facebook, randomly, manually. अब सब कुछ AI से होता है. AI helps you, AI tells you कि कौन सा city है, कितना budget है, which day of the week, what time of the day, which device, whether an iPhone or a Samsung phone or whatever. So I think it's a must. जैसे capital required होता है, मेरे हिसाब से वैसे technology required होता है.
So are all your products, manufactured here in India, all of them?
Absolutely. In Jaipur itself. मतलब 85-90% products are manufactured by my family business itself, but the remaining 10 products in and around of Jaipur. So each and every product is made in India. That's why I said that this is a brand which is made in India here and which wants to go global.
Fantastic. So, say for somebody who wants to get into this industry, what are the 2-3 things, they need to keep in mind, when it comes to probably having that manufacturing bandwidth, taking care of the supply chain, and of course, you mentioned how they can actually even consider going global. But what are the initial steps, like just hand-holding our entrepreneurs?
I think first of all, you should be clear in your head, what are you trying to create? Like even in this industry, we have various avenues which one can take up, whether one wants to go for interior designing, or one wants to create a brand out of it, or one wants to become a gifting enabler or a partner, one wants to supply to restaurants, hotel chains, etc., etc. So सबसे पहले तो we should be very clear in our heads that what do we want to create. Then of course a team is needed, and then आपका यूनिट इकोनॉमिक्स क्लियर होना चाहिए. एंड मुझे लगता है कि यू विल हैव टू कीप रिसर्चिंग व्हाट वर्क्स द बेस्ट फॉर यू. दीज आर द बेसिक्स. एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी आपको डे 1 पे नहीं पता चलेगा, बट यू विल हैव टू कीप पिवटिंग, यू विल हैव टू कीप trying new things, you will have to keep exploring, and that's when you'll be able to do it.
How do you think the industry will change, in the next 5 to 10 years?
I'll tell you, like for example, in my case with tariffs kicking in, a lot of changes are happening. But the good part, Ritvika, is that probably USA has taught the Indian exporters to not to be reliant, dependent on US. People have started figuring out going to the European market, going to the Gulf market. तो मुझे लगता है कि ये सबसे अच्छी चीज़ हुई है. मुझे हमेशा लगता है कि एक क्राइसिस में अपॉर्चुनिटी होती है. अगर विथ ऑल ड्यू रिस्पेक्ट मिस्टर ट्रम्प ने ये चीज़ करी है फॉर इंडियन एक्सपोर्टर्स, देयर इज़ एन अपॉर्चुनिटी देयर. वी हैव टू कीप आवर आइज एंड माइंड्स ओपन, एंड समथिंग वुड डेफिनेटली come out of it. कुछ अच्छा ही होएगा, मुझे ऐसा लगता है.
Absolutely. And finally, Ayush, as we are wrapping up this very, very interesting discussion, tell me, as a millennial founder, what does success mean to you? Is it about the numbers, the impact, the lifestyle, or a legacy?
I would say success for me is not only numbers, it's the impact that we have created, not only environmentally, but socially and culturally too. एंड हम कितने आर्टिजन्स को सपोर्ट कर पा रहे हैं, एंड कितनों को एक लाइवलीहुड दे पा रहे हैं. एंड मुझे ये लगता है कि सिंस वी टेक प्राइड इन प्रोवाइडिंग फॉर्म एंड फंक्शनैलिटी वाले प्रोडक्ट्स, वी टेक प्राइड इन प्रोवाइडिंग यूटिलिटी वाले प्रोडक्ट्स. सो आई रियली वांट टू नो हाउ मेनी कस्टमर्स आर एक्चुअली फाइंडिंग आवर प्रोडक्ट्स यूजफुल. आर वी एबल टू प्रोवाइड देम ब्यूटिफुल यूजफुल प्रोडक्ट्स एवरी डे? एंड क्या वो हम डे इन डे आउट कर पा रहे हैं? डू वी हैव दैट कंसिस्टेंसी, एंड आर पीपल एबल टू रिलेट विद अस? सो आई थिंक दैट इज़ सक्सेस फॉर मी. कि अगर इफ़ पीपल से कि हाँ एलिमेंट्री के प्रोडक्ट्स बहुत थॉटफुल होते हैं, एवरी डे यूज़फुल प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं. क्योंकि जनरली क्या होता है, लोग सुंदर प्रोडक्ट्स ले आते हैं, वो बस जब आपके गेस्ट आ रहे हो या जब फेस्टिविटीज़ आ रही हो वो तभी यूज़ करते हैं. बट हमें वैसा नहीं होना है. हम चाहते हैं हमारा प्रोडक्ट एवरीडे यूज़ हो. Every household should have our products, because we say we create beautiful, useful products, not beautiful, useless products. So I think that is what success is for me.
More power to you, Ayush. Thank you so much for speaking to us today.
Thank you so much, Ritika. It was great talking to you.
Thank you. Before we wrap up today's episode, here's a quick look at our LOT cheat sheet, a quick rundown of the top takeaways from today's episode. And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Leaders of Tomorrow podcast. Stay tuned for more inspiring conversations and keep chasing those big dreams. Until next time, this is Ritvika Gupta signing off.